Hello, you big, beautiful people. My name is Jamin. I'm your first friend in Alaska. I'm an associate real estate broker in South Central Alaska. And today, I'm going to be giving you a bit of a treat. Normally, I'm going to come on here and talk about a lot of information. Today, I'm going to do my best to actually show you, okay? So I got some great drone footage of Wasilla, Alaska, and I'm going to share it with you today while also just kind of explaining some facts about Alaska and what it's like living there. So yeah, kick back, enjoy, and let me know if you have any questions about potentially making the move to Wasilla, Alaska. Wasilla is one of the most happening places in Alaska because of its affordable housing, increasing conveniences, and the lifestyle that is available to people living there. Wasilla has a lot to offer people who want an active outdoor lifestyle without necessarily having to live off-grid. It's also ideal for people who want to have a place that they can live in Alaska without the amount of oversight that they might have in other places, just because they have far less regulation in Wasilla than they do in a lot of other places. Let's talk about the population in Wasilla. So across the board, the entire Mat-Su Valley has seen an increase of about 20% over the previous decade from 2010 to 2020, and Wasilla has seen quite a bit of growth. The current population is about 10,318, and that's really only going to increase moving forward, is what all the projections are, as more and more people move from the municipality of Anchorage out to the Mat-Su Valley. Let's talk about the topography of Wasilla. Usually, Wasilla is pretty flat, but it does slope down a little bit towards heading south towards the inlet. And there are quite a few rolling hills you can find more on the north side of town, and as you get a little bit closer to the spurs of the mountains. If you're looking for something with more of an agricultural kind of vibe, you can get some areas on the north side of town that can definitely scratch that itch. But across the board, usually Wasilla is going to be pretty flat, and there's going to be some winds going through there every now and then. But I found for my purposes that Wasilla really didn't have as much wind as, like, say, Palmer, just because it does have a lot more tree cover. Let's talk about housing. In Wasilla, you will have a broad range of housing options available. If you like something that's a little bit more remote, you can definitely find that. Or if you need something that's a little bit more modern, something with a lake view, something with a great view of the mountain, then all that is going to be available in Wasilla. Wasilla is the largest real estate market in the entire state, currently sitting at about 540 available homes compared to Anchorage's 365. The home prices in kind of the valley in general is going to be significantly more affordable than Anchorage, sitting at about, on average, $443,000 compared to Anchorage's $532,000. Homes in Wasilla are also much newer because of the Mat-Su Borough does make it a lot easier to develop than the municipality of Anchorage does. Many builders are opting to work in the valley rather than Anchorage for this very reason. Also, lot sizes are usually going to be around an acre, though you can certainly find the smaller lots of about a quarter or half acre if you're just looking for something that has a little less upkeep. A lot of people live down the Scenic Goose Bay Road, also known as KGB Road, and while there is an association down there, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a really overbearing kind of an association. You can find a couple other associations in Wasilla, but usually they're kind of few and far between, and even those that are associations and active are usually not the the nightmare scenario type that are going to be all up in your business. Usually, you're going to have a lot of freedom to do what you want in Wasilla. Lifestyle. There are opportunities for adventure any direction you look in Wasilla. You can enjoy your time over on the Pioneer Golf Course, go four-wheeling or snow machining, maybe go kayaking or paddleboarding on any of the mini lakes that are there, or just go for a hike on any of the mini trails like over at the Government Peak or near Hatcher Pass for that matter. Usually people in Wasilla do kind of stick to themselves, though there are some opportunities to meet people at local farm markets, dances, and stuff like that. Also, if you're just looking for kind of a great opportunity to kind of get out and really enjoy nature, a lot of people do enjoy going to the Government Peak Recreation Area and Hatcher Pass as well, which is a little bit further of a drive, but it's certainly doable. Pros and cons of Wasilla. Now, there are a lot of questions people have as they're considering moving to Alaska, and of course, one of the big ones is always, what are the pros and what are the cons? Well, let's look at that question specifically with Wasilla in mind. On the pro column, I'm going to say it does have the Alaska lifestyle, with also having to go off-grid and all that. You still get the active outdoor lifestyle, the beauty, access to everything, but you don't necessarily have to live off-grid. You have more affordable housing in Wasilla and better quality of homes out in the valley. Do get much more space with the lot sizes being a lot bigger. You do get more freedom to do what you want, which can kind of be a pro and a con depending on what the neighbors are doing. You do get more conveniences in Wasilla than you're going to find in other similarly sized communities, because it does have Target, Fred Meyer, and other conveniences as well, so it's really nice for that. And with the recent developments, it is increasing the overall potential for what the Mat-Su Valley can potentially become economically in the future. So hopefully, once you get to a point of critical mass for development for an area, hopefully enough jobs are created in Wasilla to where people just don't have to even make the commute to Anchorage anymore. All right, let's talk about the cons now. So first off, I would say its development is kind of a mess. And this is something that you're really going to appreciate once you actually get here and get a chance to be on the ground and drive around. But it's a place where you can have mechanic shop right in the middle of the neighborhood, and there really was no zoning in place to prevent that from happening before. So at this stage, they need to really get serious about having more centralized planning, which involves a lot of input from the community. And you kind of get the priorities of the overall community that kind of comes through in the zoning. And that's really what they need to do at this point. Otherwise, Wasilla is going to be just accelerating quickly to a low ceiling as far as the potential of the community goes. Number 2, the roads can be very congested, and that's because you're funneling a lot of people right through the middle of downtown Wasilla. And the roads were just not designed for the number of people going through there that are in fact going through there. So roads can be kind of congested. There are also some pretty high winds that can go through Wasilla from time to time, but like I said, usually you're going to have some pretty good tree cover, and I didn't really have much issue with the winds when I lived in Wasilla myself. Last but not least, because it is a developing area, you have to be very suspicious of busy roads next to your property. What I mean by this is if you live in an area that is being developed and you have a lot more houses going up, new businesses coming in, that's awesome. And also you have to keep in mind more people are going to be living in that area, which means more people are going to be driving on those roads. And if you are on one of the main thoroughfare roads in the area and your property is right there, then there's a chance that road gets broadened out at some point, which not great for you because you're going to find out the hard way what eminent domain is. So you have to be very suspicious of any busy roads in Wasilla if you're on the thoroughfare road. In conclusion, if you're looking for a place in Alaska that gives you the benefits of the lifestyle of living in Alaska without having to live off-grid, then Wasilla just might be the place for you. If you're interested, reach out to me on my website. Link for that is going to be in the description section down below. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you next time.